Namaskaram. Honorable Chairman of IDC, Shri Beg Garu, Honorable Chairman of Handicrafts Corporation, Vallabh Sampath Garu, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Commissioner of Industries, Nadeem Garu, President of CII, Sanjay, to all of my other distinguished colleague officers, to the various industry bodies that are represented here, to all the award winners today, especially the Mines Department employees as well, who have not only accomplished, but have beaten the revenue targets set for them last year. My congratulations. And to our friends from the media and to all the distinguished gathering, very good morning to all of you. As was pointed out by Jayesh Ranjan Garu, nobody mandated us, nobody has asked us, nobody has really demanded that we do this annual progress report submission every year. But in the interest of the state, in the interest of transparency, in the interest of accountable governance, we ourselves have decided that we will submit an annual report every year. And I'm delighted that every year we have some very positive stories and positive news to share with all of you. In fact, if you just look at the last year and also the last few years, in particular after the formation of the state of Telangana, in fact, which started its journey about 4 years ago, 4 plus 1 day exactly, 4 years and 1 day, had started amidst a lot of apprehensions. I keep reminding you all about the beginning we made. We started amidst a lot of doubts, a lot of apprehensions, etc., especially with respect to industrialization, with respect to the investments that would come into the state of Telangana, etc. But I'm happy to share with you, Telangana today stands tall, stands as a pioneer, stands as an impressive state, not only with respect to policy making, but also with respect to attracting investments into our country and into our state. The growth numbers, just to give you a sense of perspective, we achieved a 10.4% year-on-year growth in GSDP at constant prices compared to the national average of 6.6%. So this is almost nearly 4% higher when compared to the national average. The primary sector's contribution is about 18.2%. The secondary sector's contribution is 16.4%. And the tertiary sector's is about 65.4% for 2017-18. I'm also happy to share with you that Telangana's share in national GDP has gone up by 9 basis points to 4.37% in 2017-18 as against 4.28% in 2016-17. This is a very impressive number. I'll tell you why it is impressive is because the population share of Telangana in our country is about 2.98%. But our contribution to the national GDP is about 4.37%. That shows that Telangana is a performing state. Also, our per capita income is also a very broad indicator. It is substantially higher when compared to the national average, about 55% higher than the national average at 1,75,534, whereas the national average is about 1,12,764. The two important policy reforms that have been brought about in Industry and Commerce Department, which have made a significant impact not only on our state but also on the rest of the country. I would say primarily TS iPass, after its passage in June 2015 till date, has been a huge success, has been looked up to as a role model, has been looked up to as a pioneering policy, which has been emulated, which has been copied, which has been, implemented elsewhere in the country as well. Through TS iPass, so far into our state, we have been able to attract nearly 1,23,478 crore of rupees of investment, of which 47% came in last 1 year alone. And this led to an employment, a direct employment of 5.27 lakhs of people, potential to create direct employment to 5.27 lakhs. What is most impressive about TS IPAS is not just the fact that we give out all clearances in less than 15 days. What is also equally impressive is not only do we give out clearances in a time-bound fashion, but we also insist and we also follow up and make sure even the commercial operations begin in the stipulated time. So I'm happy to also share with you, out of the total investments that have been coming in, more than 50% are already in commercial production stage. So this is a state that not only gets these agreements inked on papers or letters of intent signed on papers, but also makes sure our department, our officials, all the way right from the grassroots to the principal secretaries level, take this very seriously and follow up and actually ensure that industries also meet with the stipulated timelines. We have various heads of departments here. We have various corporations. We also have various other departments which are part of the industries and commerce department. Let me start off with one of our very impressive departments which comes under the umbrella of industries and commerce. Our mines department has done substantially well. In fact, we gave them an annual revenue target of rupees 3,500 crores for last financial year, the financial year of 2017-18. But I'm happy to share with you, they have not only achieved it, but surpassed it by almost 200 crores. So 3,500 was the revenue target. They've actually been able to generate 3,700 crores of revenues for the state of Telangana. Just to give you a sense of what Mines Department has done, and in particular, the Telangana State Mineral Development Corporation, whose MD and chairman is missing, but MD is here. Just to give you what is the change that Telangana brought about. From the year 2004 to 2014, 10 long years prior to the formation of the state of Telangana, the revenues through sand sale in the state of Telangana, in the region of Telangana, in the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, for 10 long years, the total revenues that were accrued to the state exchequer were rupees 39.4 crores, roughly translating to about 3.94 crores per annum. After Telangana state has been formed on 2014, 2nd of June, in the last 4 years, every year, the Telangana state's revenues, especially from TSMDZ and sand sales, have grown by leaps and bounds. Just to give you a point to compare, if the revenues from 2004 to 14, once again let me repeat, were 39.4 crores, whereas today, the total revenues in the 10 years, today from 2014 till 2018, our revenues only from sand sale are 1,600 crores of rupees. So the average per annum income from 2004 to 14 was 3.94 crores or roughly 4 crores. But today, the annual income through sand sale in the state of Telangana is 400 crores per annum. So there is a 100-fold jump in the revenue to the exchequer. This goes to show you that with improved policy measures, improved accountability practices, we've been able to achieve this. Now, not just in minor minerals like sand, but also in major minerals. In fact, we've been able to cover significant ground, and that's the reason why you see the department for the first time actually going ahead and incentivizing its employees. I must compliment the mines department employees for their stellar work, and I would hope and I would definitely want them to continue to work in the same way and achieve and also surpass the mineral target, the revenue target that is given to them for next year as well. Let me also quickly point out that number of industrial parks have come up in the state of Telangana, and in the last 1 year alone, we've covered some significant ground with respect to creation of more infrastructure through industrial parks in the state of Telangana. The food park, a mega food park at Buggapadu in Khammam district, has already started with its first 2 units now almost nearing completion. Now, next big initiative in the state of Telangana which is going to come up is an MSME Green Industrial Park in Dandu Malkapur in about 377 acres. This is the first of its kind MSME park and a green MSME park that is going to be launched very soon. We already have received an intent from more than a few hundred companies. The projected investment in this park would be about 750 crores, and the total employment that this MSME green industrial park would generate is about 12,250 persons, for about 12,250 people. I'm also happy to share with you, Hyderabad Pharma City has received an in-principle NOD environmental clearance from the committee. Now it has been sent to the Ministry of Environment and Forest in Delhi, and we are hoping that even that environmental clearance would come through in the form of a government order very soon. Once that comes about, this proposed largest pharma cluster in the world will have a projected investment of more than 64,000 crores being invested and has the potential to create employment for about 420,000 people or 420,000 people. The Kakatiya Mega Textile Park has also begun, the park is already, nearing with respect to infrastructure creation. It is happening at a furious pace. In about 1,200 acres of land, with a potential investment of 11,586 crores, direct employment is set to be created to 1,13,000 people. Now, these two are important because these two parks, Hyderabad Pharma City and Kakatiya Mega Textile Park, because while Hyderabad Pharma City is the world's largest pharma cluster in a single location, the Kakatiya Mega Textile Park happens to be India's largest textile park also. So is the case with the Medical Devices Park in Sultanpur, which also is India's largest med devices park. Now this year, we'll be launching number of other, and I can also reel out number of other parks that we have launched. The Women Entrepreneur Park in Sultanpur, and we also have several other parks which have been launched. But let me focus on 2 or 3 important new initiatives that will be launched. As I have mentioned, the MSME park in Dandu Malkapur would be launched this year. So is the case with Seed Park in Banda Mailaram. An LED park in, again, Sangareddy district would be launched very soon. A food processing park in Siddipet district at Banda Timmapur would also be launched soon. A spice park in Nizamabad is being built. And in Zahirabad, the National Investment Manufacturing Zone, NIMS, it continues to grow. With the presence of the likes of Mahindra and Mahindra, this continues to grow. We also have identified 19 locations outside of the outer ring road as part of our continued efforts to relocate the polluting industries outside of outer ring road. We have identified 19 locations, and our efforts to continue to relocate these industries is on. What is important to notice, it is not just relocation of a problem that exists within the city today. Relocating an industry, especially a polluting industry, to outside of Hyderabad is essentially to ensure that even in the newer location that they would be moving to, all adequate infrastructure is provided so that they do not end up creating a polluting environment in that new location where they would be shifted. Let me also point out, within the different sectors in Industries and Commerce Department, in pharmaceuticals and life sciences, Genome Valley, which is the largest innovation and life sciences cluster in Asia, has been accorded with ILA status so that they can govern themselves. An announcement of Genome Valley 2.0 has given a lot of impetus, and new investments continue to pour in. And I have mentioned Hyderabad Pharma City, which has just received an in-principle clearance from the ministry, and we are looking forward to the formal government order to come about. Textiles, in fact, we launched a number of initiatives. Our Honorable Chief Minister's vision is to ensure be it a power loom weaver or a handloom weaver, is handsomely rewarded for the kind of artistic work that they actually do for us. So we've launched a number of initiatives in the textile sector. Besides the Mega Textile Park in Warangal, we've also launched a handloom park in Gadwal. We've also launched apparel park in Silsila, and we are working with the Government of India to create 14 more clusters, handloom clusters across the state of Telangana. We're the only state in the country which offers 50% subsidy on yarn, dyes and chemicals to promote the handloom industry. And this has been appreciated by the Union Textile Minister and Union Textiles Ministry as well. has a huge support to the handloom weavers in our state. We not only assure subsidies, we also take care of the social security needs of weavers. We've launched a very impressive handloom weaver thrift program, wherein the government contributes 16% to not just to match the 8%, but also doubly match the thrift fund which has been created by government. The Telangana textile and apparel policy has also been launched last year, and this we believe will lead to further impetus to the textile sector in the state of Telangana. The other thing I also wanted to point out, other sectors where Telangana continues to grow and impresses in an impressive fashion, is aerospace and defense. We've hosted the Wings 2018 flagship international aviation exhibition focused on regional connectivity. Our commitment to improve the air connectivity to various parts of Telangana is steadfast. We are working on opening up the airport, the airstrip in Mamunur in Warangal. We are also making efforts for regional connectivity scheme to be launched at Kottagudem and also Adilabad, so that even the remotest parts of Telangana are completely covered by air transportation. The Tata Boeing Aerospace, in fact, they are here, the Tassel people are here, the Tata Advanced Systems Limited team is here. They've inaugurated a state-of-the-art facility along with Boeing, a joint venture, and I'm delighted that they've started, and in fact they've not only met but also surpassed the timeline given to them in terms of producing the fuselage or the aerostructures for the Apache helicopters, and they have been delivered by Boeing 2 months ahead of time. This again is another landmark achievement for the Hyderabad's aerospace and defense ecosystem. The Hyderabad airport also is being expanded. The foundation stone has been laid by our Honorable Chief Minister for expansion. After 10 years of operations, again, like every other development, every other expansion that we've been seeing within our state, even they've, in fact, ran out of space. They were hoping to hit the 20 million mark much later, but they've in fact hit that 20 million mark quite early, and they are now going to more than double the annual passenger handling capacity. And we're looking forward to Hyderabad having a even more swankier facility in our city. Now, I also wanted to talk about a couple of other initiatives which have done very, very well for our state. The Telangana Industrial Health Clinic Limited has officially launched its operations on the 2nd of April 2018. It has received the NBFC registration. It is working with a number of small and medium units for revival rehabilitation, for credit margin facilities, and also for equity participation. It's one of its kind initiatives in the country for SMEs and the micro and small entrepreneurs. RICH continues to grow. The Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, they've recently completed their first anniversary, and it's fully on course with an ambitious agenda to create 10 unicorns, hopefully, which will improve the societal well-being, generate employment, and create wealth for residents of Telangana in areas such as augmented reality, virtual reality, AI, big data, data science, machine learning, blockchain, additive manufacturing, etc. Women's entrepreneurship, again, remains a huge priority for the government of Telangana. Today, we have more than 3 women entrepreneur parks in the state of Telangana. We've also launched V-Hub, which was launched on the International Women's Day on 8th of March 2018, to incubate more women entrepreneurs. Toward this program, we offer legal support, patent acquisition, mentorship, etc. And this has been received very, very well by the industry. We're looking forward to more success stories coming from V-Hub later this year. We have signed a number of MOUs in the last year. We have also won a number of awards, but government's goal remains very steadfast and very clear. Our mandate is to create more employment. Our mandate is to create and garner more revenues to the exchequer. And more importantly, our mandate remains to be the #1 on the ease of doing business across the country. And our mandate again remains to make sure Telangana is one of the most sought after destinations for global and also Indian investors who work in a variety of spheres of life. We have grown in the last 4 years in a significant way, and I do believe we have more opportunities to grow, more opportunities to reinvent ourselves, more opportunities to bring in more disruptions into the way we work. And I'm very confident that under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, we will continue to impress not only our people in Telangana, but also the rest of the country. Thank you very much once again for this opportunity. I appreciate all of you joining us.